para mediar este painel, convidamos o diretor de operações da Câmara de Comércio Árabe Brasileira, excelentíssimo senhor Tamer Mansur, e o diretor, também diretor da Câmara de Comércio Árabe Brasileira, excelentíssimo senhor Mohamed Ora Murad, conselheiro sênior da Dubai Free Zone, Emirados Árabes Unidos, o senhor Abdur Rahim Gulan Nabi.
Gostaria de começar com alguns números sobre o mercado halal. É um mercado que movimenta 2 trilhões de dólares ano e, apesar do maior foco em alimentos, consiste também em outros segmentos de mercado, como vestimentas, farmacêuticos, cosméticos e na área de serviços, e finanças islâmicas e turismo também. Quando pensamos em halal, nós temos que pensar no mercado de 1,6 bilhões de potenciais consumidores, não só concentrados no Oriente Médio e Norte da África, mas também nos 57 países que compõem a Organização para a Cooperação Islâmica, e nichos de mercado também na América do Norte, países europeus e Austrália. Dito isso, diante da expressividade desses números, eu inicio com a primeira pergunta ao senhor Mohamed. O que é halal? O que significa halal? E como melhor definir halal? É um estilo de vida ou é uma compilação de regras e procedimentos? Além disso, halal agrega valor, gera riqueza? E como nós conseguimos harmonizar as práticas de halal para facilitar o comércio? Por favor.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Halal is used to be very simple, just saying this is the pork is there or not, or the alcohol is there or not. But really halal is a lifestyle. It's how we live, how we have everything. Whatever we have is either halal or not halal, or we call it haram. So it's allowable or not allowable. So our life is dependent on that. Everything that we do, we eat, we use, is dependent on halal. So that's for the Muslim. Now, you can see that recently it became very important for Muslims. Because of the internet, everybody is reading, everybody is asking questions. Do we need to know everything about halal, or everything has been already set for the halal? So that's why halal is becoming very, very important for everybody, from young to old person. Now, in this era, in this time, we know that food is complicated. You have a food which is maybe coming from Brazil, but basically raw material somewhere else. Whatever they do goes to somewhere else. Halal is not just slaughtering, halal is but all the processes that they do. So a food which we eat, supposed to be halal, is not just the way that it's been prepared. No. As an example, if we are selling let's say selling a meat, if everything was right at the beginning until the end, but whoever is selling is not selling under specific weight, for example, 1 kilo is not 1 kilo less than 1 kilo, that will not be halal. That's haram. So it's not just few elements that we have taken care. Now halal is expanded to the pharmaceutical, expanded to the cosmetics, expanded to the verification of the processes. We have go to the restaurants to be halal, certified halal. We go to the hotels certified halal. What does it mean? A hotel certified halal. It means that the all necessity information and products which needs to be there is available. They must have area for the praying. They must have a menu which says which food is halal. They must, all of these things they have. So it is becoming lifestyle. And since 2-3 years back, all of a sudden, became a trade facilitation. Now, our organization is we are trying to facilitate trade for the halal everywhere. So that means we are, as you said, we are talking about $2-3 trillion. This is the right now's figure, and it's to be 5 trillion within a few years. So you can see that the booming of the halal is about everything that we do. So halal really is becoming a lifestyle, becoming the everything that we do.
And can we harmonize? Existem meios de harmonizar as práticas halal para facilitar o comércio, ou seja, cada empresa que queira um certificado halal, para cada país que ela exportar, ela vai ter que ter um certificado diferente, ou isso é possível harmonizá-la num único certificado que permita que ela exporte para todos os mercados halal?
Yes. What we have noticed during past few years that if you go to any country, they have their own requirements. So if products comes from the, let's say from Brazil, goes to the one country, they have their own requirement. And we have 57 countries, just Muslim countries, so they will have 57 requirements. So what we have done is we have created these organizations to unify all the standards that are available or needs to be practiced for the making the halal products, regardless of the food or non-food. So there are two aspects that we are working. First, the standards which for production should be unified. That's what we are doing right now. Second, whoever is issuing certificate must have one way of verifying. So that means we will have one process accepted by everywhere, saying that this is the way that is produced, is acceptable by everyone. The organizations that we have created, which I have, right now we have 29 countries with us. So 29 countries, which are the major producers and affecting the halal, are agreeing on one process that if a certificate issued, for example, in Brazil, will be accepted everywhere. This is not happening right now. This will be happen in maximum year to 2, because that's what we are doing right now. Because right now, whoever is issuing certificate here, they have a very hard time to take that certificate to any country, regardless of the location. So they'll ask a lot of questions. They ask recertification, testing, and verification. All of this has been done. But that will create more cost. The more requirement we have, the more cost it is there. So who's at the end is paying is the consumers. So we are trying to make halal process one, unified, so we can have less cost, accepted by everywhere, and consumers, they can get access in any part of the world.
Eu vou dirigir minha próxima pergunta ao Sr. Abdurrahim. Eu gostaria que ele falasse um pouquinho sobre os outros segmentos de mercado, brevemente, não considerando alimentos. E também mencionar quais são os novos acontecimentos que impactaram o mercado halal recentemente e como também, vou fazer 3 perguntas em uma, e como as zonas francas podem ajudar a reexportação de produtos halal. Por favor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having us here. At the onset, a lot of thanks to the Arab Brazilian Chamber of Commerce for putting together this successful event. It is really an honor to be here and participate with our friends, and we hope that the Dubai and the United Arab Emirates and the people of Dubai will be able to contribute more towards trade and harmony with Brazil. So to answer your question, Brother Mohammed, first of all, I think it's very important to reach a common definition for what is known as halal. In business world, sometimes this is defined as any products or services which are structurally affected by Islamic values or beliefs is something that have to go through halal compliance. When we look at Dubai's story, it's something which is important to talk about. In year 2013, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, announced Dubai to become the capital of the global Islamic economy. As a part of that vision to become the capital of the Islamic economy, it really gives an emphasis and clarifies that the Islamic economy is just not only about halal trade. It's just not about food. It's got different pillars in the strategy. For example, it's got Islamic finance, it's got a halal trade, it's got Islamic lifestyle, which includes modest fashion. And within the halal trade vertical, for example, we have got food, we have got pharmaceuticals, we have got cosmetics, and many other areas. It's coming to a common definition as well as an understanding that this is much broader than food is something which is very, very important for the audience as well as everybody who's involved in this ecosystem. To answer your question, second question about the major trends or the developments in the halal trade industry, this is something which is again very critical, very important for the audience and the people in the industry to know about. Recently, in the last 1 or 2 years, I can talk about some of the major trends is that consumer spending and growth is very predominant. The pattern is there. The Muslim spending is forecasted to increase at a growth rate of approximately 8% CAGR from 2015 to 2021. It has also become very evidently clear that global multinational companies, international brands, whether they be BRF or they be the Marriotts or they be the Carrefours or the Tesco's of the world, everybody is entering into the halal space. They believe it's a vertical that has an opportunity and all of them are pursuing it, right? There are real life case studies that exist all across the world, all across the globe. All of them are doing it, and it becomes very, very important for companies in Brazil to learn from this experience through the partnerships that they have and then capitalize on this opportunity. Another area, when we look at the GCC bloc, for example, there is the diversification strategy of the GCC to move away from reliance on oil. This again, what does this mean? It means that they are moving away from oil, so they're focusing on other sectors. And this means the emphasis again on trade and linkages. If you look at the larger Arab countries, which is why we are here today, or if you look at the OIC trade linkages, the volumes of trade between the OIC trade countries in 2015, they were recorded to be approximately $200 billion in terms of imports and $200 billion in terms of exports. These are large volumes of trade happening within the OIC countries and again signifies opportunities because the Brazilian market interacts over there. What else is happening? For example, governments. What are governments doing, for example? It is very, very clear that governments are no longer like how they were before. There is a lot of emphasis from the governments of different countries to ensure halal compliance or compliance with standards and regulations. Governments are coming into play. At last, I would like to, and surely not the least, I would like to mention one more trend, which is there are a lot of product and service innovations happening in the Islamic economy space. What do I mean by that? For example, if you look at organic food, which has been introduced by Saffron, if you look at another example, which is that of protein bars, which is through Al-Fajr Foods. If you look at the Islamic finance vertical, there is the financial advisor, the robo-advisor, which is called Wahid. So product and service innovations is again creating opportunities for people to trade. The last part of the question, Mr. Moderator, is around the free zones. So I belong to an entity which is called the Dubai Airport Free Zone Authority. We are a special economic zone which was established in year 1996 as a part of the Dubai government strategy to become an investment-driven economy. Okay. We have 1,700 companies operating within our free zone and more than 17,000 people working there. Annually, the companies within the free zone or the special economic zone, this is just to give you an idea about the impact, we contribute more than AED 100 billion to Dubai's GDP. Okay, so your question around how free zones contribute, today I'm an economic zone sitting in a discussion around Islamic economy. This is because how Dubai works. The story of Dubai is through programs. So DIEDC, the Dubai Islamic Economy Development Center, has been created. It works with different stakeholders such as ourselves to create the difference in the different pillars or the different KPIs which are needed to make this vision into a reality. So free zones also, if you look at the United Arab Emirates, Brazil is the largest exporter for the OIC countries in terms of food and beverages, for example. If you look at the story of the United Arab Emirates, it's the third largest importer for the OIC countries. What does this mean? Majority of this OIC trade that goes through the United Arab Emirates is actually routed through the free zones in Dubai. So imagine if one free zone, like ourselves, because of the fact that we are a re-exporting hub, can contribute so much. Imagine the power of 47 free zones in Dubai. So free zones do play a role not only in enabling the Islamic economy ecosystem, but also in terms of facilitating huge volumes of re-exports that go through the free zones onto other markets, to the eastern markets. Thank you.
Thank you. Dirijo minha pergunta agora para o Sr. Ibrahim. Vamos falar um pouquinho de turismo halal. Se eu puder dar uma ideia do turismo halal, citar alguns casos de sucesso de empresas no Ocidente que se adaptaram aos estándares halal e quais os benefícios que elas colheram. E também, dada a geografia do Brasil, se existe o potencial de se explorar o turismo halal e por onde começar.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I would like to thank the host and the organizers for giving me this opportunity to say to the Brazilians, to remind them they missed a lot of this lucrative market. At the same time, to be part of this future building, to say to them, it's still the opportunity, it's still open. And why I'm saying this? Because today when we are talking about the trade, and we are talking between the Arab countries and the Brazilian, we are talking about 20 billion. But if you look at the statistics, 2016, the halal tourism is 192 billion. That's in 2014. In the coming, and this is studies, you can go back to it, and in 2020 is going to be 233 billion. This is an opportunity, and that's so thank you very much to open their eyes. It is not going to be expensive. It's only adjustment. It's not going to cost too much. Why I'm saying that this figures in order to see that this is the tourism is one of the most important elements. We are early talking about culture, communication. Well, tourism is the culture. Tourism is the communication, is the best thing. In tourism, and that's how there is a lot of people when they talk about halal tourism, there is a connotation to religion, but has nothing to do with religion. In tourism, we don't sell anything because we in the tourism sector, we don't produce. What we sell a promise. We promise you to come and to enjoy. But the transportation, the food is always done by other industry. And that will be the expectations. What is tourism is, the halal tourism is just a lifestyle. And when you say lifestyle, it just, people have expectations, they have changed. And that's why I think is that halal tourism can be a potential for the Brazilians. For example, most of the people, they go to in the Middle East or in the Arab world, they go to Lebanon. It's my first time. I learned yesterday from the tour that there is another Lebanon is here. So there is a huge potential here. I think there is also a good example that the food, everything is available here. So what I was trying to say that let us give an answer to the question, the other countries. There are a number of countries who already started to prepare themselves for this market. In October, I was at the same panel in Poland. It was East Europe. All the East European countries now they are ready to prepare for this market. Let us talk about Japan. Japan is a big example. Japan never, when Muslims used to go to Japan, they used to feel hungry or they used to bring their food with them. Now Japan is working for the last 3-4 years, spend million, give incentives to service providers in order to target the Muslim travelers. The UK. The UK is also one of the destinations which they are working with all the service providers in order to prepare their destination for that market. Singapore is also another country. When I'm talking about the countries, as you mentioned early, we are talking about, everybody saying that we have 22 Arab countries. But I am talking as Halal tourism, we are talking about 57 countries. And these are they have the majority, the majority is Muslim, and they would like to travel. Now, what is the Halal travelers would like to see or learn? It's a very simple, it does not cost. When I came from Amman to here, we have to travel 17 hours. During the 17 hours, there is, if the airline will just mention that, okay, just the time of prayers. Very simple. When you come to the hotel, you need just simple things that some of you need prayer direction. It does not cost anything. In the Arab world or in the Muslim world, we import them from China. You bring all these prayer mats, and that will be available to everyone. The other thing is just some of the people who would like really to follow or to keep with the Islamic principles, you don't need to change the unique hotel. What you need to do, you need to give the people choices to see that, okay, if people want to have segregation, they don't want their family members, female members to swim in a common place, they can give, for example, timing. They say, for example, from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock, it's going to be separated, the swimming pool, or it's going to be the sauna. So what do you need to do? You don't need to invest a lot. What you need to adjust, and what you need to educate the service provider about the etiquette of the how you can. It's not just the coffee and dates and just food. It's more than this. We need to do education and training to the people who will be hosting. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Muito obrigado, senhor Mohamed. Muito obrigado, senhor Ibrahim. Eu vou fazer a pergunta para o senhor Nahar, o nosso convidado da Arábia Saudita, e ele tem um tipo um pouco diferente quando trata do halal. Ele não trata do halal como técnica ou regras ou standards ou até comércio. Ele considera o halal como um tipo de programas de treinamento. Como você prepara uma indústria, como você prepara um órgão, como você prepara um governo para realizar o halal de uma maneira correta, de uma maneira simples, de uma maneira que demonstra para o executor que o halal tem potencialidade e não é uma coisa difícil de realizar. Então, a minha pergunta eu vou fazer em árabe para o senhor Nahar. نظرا لخبرتكم في التدريب في إعداد القادة بالشكل العام والتدريب في مجال الحلال بشكل خاص، ما هي نظرتكم حول هذا الموضوع؟
في البداية أتقدم بجزيل الشكر للغرفة العربية البرازيلية ممثلة في رئيس الغرفة ونواب الرئيس والأمين أمين الغرفة ومدراء الغرفة لإتاحة هذه الفرصة للمشاركة في هذا المؤتمر الهام وهذا الموضوع الهام كذلك، موضوع الحلال. موضوع الحلال يخص كل مسلم في جميع أنحاء العالم، بدءا من طريقة تقديم الحلال وفق قواعده انتهاء باستخدامه لدى المستهلك الأخير. ما يتعلق بالتدريب، جهات الحلال في أغلب دول العالم ليس لديها قواعد أساسية فيما يتعلق بتأهيل الكوادر الفنية. تعتمد على بعض القواعد الأساسية الضرورية للحصول على بعض التراخيص، تؤهل بعض كوادرها البشرية للحصول على بعض الشهادات الخاصة بهذه التصاريح. يجب أن يكون هناك تأهيل كامل من حيث الكوادر البشرية، إظهار وإيضاح معنى كلمة حلال لجميع من يعمل في المجال. يجب أن يعي من يعمل في الحلال وينتج الحلال أن هذه الكلمة ليست كلمة عابرة، وليست نتيجة اقتصادية عادية. هذه أمانة كبيرة تقع على كل العاملين في المجال، سواء المستثمرين، رؤساء الجهات، المنتجين، جميع من له علاقة بهذا المنتج. التدريب أساسي وكبير وضروري لجميع العاملين في هذا المجال. هناك برامج يتم إعدادها الآن لتأهيل الفرق للعمل في هذا المجال، سواء كان تأهيل القيادات وتأهيل الفنيين العاملين في المجال. ويجب أن يكون هناك إلزام من الجهات الراعية لمثل هذا المجال لتأهيل الفرق أكثر. شكرا لك.
Você tem mais uma pergunta para fazer?
Sim. Eu gostaria de saber, para as indústrias e a iniciativa privada que participa aqui hoje, do ponto de vista do treinamento, existe um período longo ou um período curto para que esses programas de treinamento ter o efeito correto para os funcionários de uma planta ou dos funcionários de uma indústria? Ou existe um cronograma correto para que você tem que seguir e completar o curso em algum período específico?
تختلف الدورات. في دورات فنية محددة المدة بالساعة، قد تكون 16 ساعة، قد تكون 24 ساعة. في دورات إدارية خاصة بإعداد قيادات مراكز الحلال ومكاتب منح شهادات الحلال، قد تصل إلى أكثر من 16 دورة، كل دورة لا تقل عن 12 ساعة. تعطي الأساسيات لعمل الحلال من حيث تهيئة وتجهيز الفريق كمهارات أولية لهذا العمل، ومن ثم إعطاء المتدرب جميع ما يحتاج من أساسيات إنتاج منتج حلال بكل ما تعني الكلمة من معنى حلال. تسمح لي للحديث عن موضوع منح شهادات الحلال. بدأ بفكرة غير منظمة قبل فترة كبيرة، والآن يخضع لتنظيم جيد يواجه ما يواجه. وعلى القائمين على الحلال وعلى منح شهادة الحلال أن تكون لديهم اهتمام أكثر من حيث المنتج ومن حيث تطبيق المقاييس والمواصفات الخاصة بهذا المنتج. هذه أمانة تقع على عاتق رئيس المنشأة والإداريين والفنيين وجميع العاملين في هذا المجال. يجب أن يكون هناك اهتمام أكثر من الجهات العاملة في هذا المجال. شكرا لك.
O senhor Ibrahim gostaria de concluir uma resposta. Eu lhe dou a palavra. Por favor, fique à vontade.
I think Brazil can be a potential place for a potential destination for halal tourism. But in order for you to develop that market, cannot be developed by itself. It's need investment. Either you can follow the examples of the Japanese, where the government give incentives, and these incentives gave training and set up all these logistics. For anything that in order for the market to be developed of the tourism, I think what we need to look at that there is certain logistics has to be taken into account. Like example, for other countries now, they make the visas are more accessible for these halal travelers. The other thing that what you need to be done to look at the infrastructures which we talk about the super infrastructure, the hotels, or the places that people would like to go, is just to be adjusted in order to be according to the requirements of those travelers. That I think this is the only way that this market can be, seized and can be potentially rewarding for the Brazilian. Thank you.
O senhor Mohamed também gostaria de falar e depois, por favor, o senhor Abdullah.
Yeah, if we take a look at the Brazil situation right now, they have opportunities a lot and they have challenges for the halal industry. As you know, as per statistics that we have, 85% of all our foods coming from non-Islamic countries. And right now, Brazil is in top 5. And in poultry, they're number 1. But it's about to change because the activities which is going on, requirement which is coming up for the halal, this is the challenges that you have. You should comply with that one. I'm not saying that you're going to fall from behind, but if you want to maintain within your top 5, you need to act, your industry needs to act to the requirement that is there. We are right now harmonizing all the standards and practices that are there. And it needs to be two-way. It's a two-way street. You have to do it yourself also, complying to the requirement. Now, halal, as I mentioned, 57 countries are getting your products right now. But you remember that Muslims are in other countries too. You have your Muslims here. In South Africa, South America, there are a lot of Muslims. They're going to be aware. They need this to be implemented. It's not like before. So it's a huge opportunity for the industry here to comply with the requirement that is coming up and be in line with that one. Now, we have noticed that a lot of non-Muslim people are asking for halal. Why? Because halal, the process, is giving them the full assurance of quality. It has safety. It has a requirement that every human wants. So it's becoming very attractive for the non-Muslim too. As my colleague mentioned, that Japan, they have right now 2020 Olympics coming up. They put themselves a challenge of making 20% of all access that they have within their market to be halal. So they are working very hard. And both these things are getting the share of the market. So if you don't want to lose, you need to work on that one. And halal is a process. Whoever says that halal is it's not a religious thing. It's a process. Could be standardized, which we are trying to harmonize that one. So it's a great opportunity for you. Thank you.
Yes, so just one comment from my side. After having
Mr.
visited...
Abdullah, just if you can make it in 2 minutes, please.
So just having visited Brazil twice, I think the opportunity for Brazil is not only in the area of Islamic economy, when you talk about halal trade, but also in Islamic tourism, but also maybe in terms of Islamic finance. Please do not undermine the importance of this, because as the friends on the panel highlighted, this is a movement, it's a global movement. We have visited New Zealand, we have visited Australia, we visited Japan, we visited Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia. Everywhere, everybody is talking about halal compliance and how to get into the game. Okay. Another important note is that, as Brother Badri mentioned, that this doesn't have to be done alone. We are partners sitting here with you right now. Everybody from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and the other countries who are willing to work hand in hand with the Brazilian people to make this happen. Last but surely not the least, I would like to mention that today we have been honored to launch in partnership with the Arab Brazilian Chamber, with the UAE Consulate, a Portuguese version, the first international translated version of the Halal Guidebook. We have soft copies and we have USBs, and we will give them to the Arab Chamber to pass it to the audience. Please go through them. They give a 360 view of to international investors about the ecosystem under the Islamic economy. They talk about the trade flows in all the different sectors that the panel talked about: Islamic lifestyle and modest fashion, Islamic finance. It will give you good visibilities of the trade flows and the opportunities. It also talks a bit about the compliance process, which actually we think is so difficult, but in reality, if you look at it, it's not something very difficult to do. It's just about getting there, getting it done once, and then it becomes a process that you just need to follow again and again. Thank you.
Thank you. gostaria de finalizar com uma pergunta para o Tamer. Tamer, você que já esteve dos dois lados, já trabalhou de perto na indústria halal e hoje está na Câmara, muito se fala dos números brasileiros, o maior exportador de proteína do mundo, para os países árabes, perdão. Eu gostaria de saber que, mesmo diante da grandiosidade do mercado halal, mais ou menos 2 trilhões de dólares, existe espaço para crescimento ainda no Brasil? E como empresas brasileiras se beneficiariam se associando à Câmara em busca desses mercados? Por favor.
Muito obrigado. Eu acredito que a Câmara tem um papel fundamental em relação a isso, pois a Câmara tem um lado que é muito importante para as indústrias brasileiras. Ela se chama Câmara Árabe. Quem entende de negócio com os árabes somos nós. Quem que tem que abrir as portas para as indústrias brasileiras é a Câmara Árabe, que é a casa das indústrias brasileiras em qualquer país árabe. O halal hoje ele é um potencial mercado, não apenas nos países árabes, mas também pode ser como hub ou como uma etapa que você pode complementar ela dentro de algum país árabe e reexportar seu produto com valor mais agregado ainda. Mas o que a gente precisa realmente trabalhar as indústrias brasileiras, explicar de uma maneira neutra e clara e fácil como é o trabalho e a oportunidade do mercado halal, como uma maneira simples que deixa as empresas, especialmente as micros e as pequenas empresas, com possibilidade e o potencial de realizar parcerias. Eu estava focado aqui, eu estava olhando para minha colega do Minerva, e eu sempre lembro da parceria que a Minerva realizou em torno do halal com uma das maiores agências de investimentos no mundo islâmico, que é a SALIC, da Arábia Saudita. Eu acredito que a SALIC acreditou no halal da Minerva e veio e investiu. E por isso que eu acredito que o papel da Câmara Árabe não apenas em torno de proteínas, mas a gente precisa sair para outros tipos de mercadoria. Existe um mercado muito grande em termos de farmacêuticos, existe potencial muito grande em termos de cosméticos. O Brasil consome muito cosméticos, mas exporta muitos produtos, e eles têm um grande aceito dentro do mundo árabe. Então, o que a gente precisa agregar e trabalhar de uma forma clara dentro da Câmara Árabe, trabalhar para agregar o valor e ensinar o pequeno, ou o médio, ou até o grande produtor, de uma maneira fácil, como realizar o trabalho halal. O halal é um conceito, o halal é um plus que essas empresas têm que agregar, pois isso é uma agregação automática do valor do seu produto. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Bom, nós estouramos o tempo, eu agradeço a presença de todos, agradeço a presença dos panelistas. Uma boa noite a todos.
Os nossos agradecimentos aos senhores participantes do painel Halal. E sem perdermos muito tempo, daremos início às palavras de encerramento do Fórum Econômico Brasil e Países Árabes. Um overview dos temas abordados durante o dia, que trará a explanação de um conferencista brasileiro e de um conferencista árabe sobre o principal tema do evento, Construindo o Futuro. Acompanharemos uma reflexão abrangente, profunda e conjunta sobre as tendências, caminhos e visões que poderão estreitar ainda mais o relacionamento entre os países.